Today, we're digging into a truly powerful tool from Mel Robbins, the let them theory. And it really all comes down to how two simple words can completely change the game when it comes to your life and your relationships.
So, let me just ask you something. Think about the last time you were really frustrated. Maybe because someone didn't do what you expected them to do, or a situation just completely went sideways. How much time and energy did you just pour into trying to fix it or control it or even just worry about it? It's draining, isn't it?
Well, here's the big insight. The problem isn't actually you. It's not that you're failing somehow. The real problem is that we are constantly, usually without even realizing it, just handing over our power, our peace of mind, our energy, by trying to control things we can't, like what other people think or feel or do.
Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, you might think it's some kind of complicated self-help program, but it's not. It's actually this deceptively simple two-word phrase that kind of works like a key, unlocking a whole lot of personal freedom.
And this is it, the let them theory. You can think of it as a mental tool that is specifically designed to help you just stop obsessing over what other people are doing or saying. It's about letting go of that massive burden of trying to manage everybody else so you finally have the energy to focus on the one person you actually can control, you.
And I want you to know, this is not just some catchy little phrase. This idea has hit home so hard for so many people that, as you can see right here, people are getting it tattooed on their bodies. I mean, that's some serious social proof right there. It shows you just how big of an impact this can have.
You know, Mel Robbins herself puts it perfectly. She says her famous 5-second rule, that was all about changing your relationship with yourself, right? Getting yourself to take action. But the let them theory, that's specifically about your relationships with everyone else, your friends, family, coworkers. It's the key to making those relationships so much healthier.
But here's where it gets really good. This is where the theory gets its real power. It's not just about passively accepting things. It's an active process and has two absolutely crucial parts. Just saying let them is only half the battle. So you've got two sides to this coin. On one side, you've got acceptance. That's the let them part. You stop trying to force things, you stop fighting with reality. But on the other side, you have responsibility. This is where you take back control of your own choices and decide, okay, what am I going to do now?
So think of it this way. The let them part is what frees you. It gets you out of the struggle. But the second part, the let me part, oh, that is the power move. That's the moment you pivot your focus back to the only thing you have control over and ask yourself, okay, what's my next move? That's where all your power is. This image of a seesaw just captures the shift perfectly. You spend so much energy trying to balance everyone else's side, which is completely impossible. This theory is about shifting all of that weight over to your side. Because real control, it's an inside job. It's about mastering your own responses. All right, so the theory sounds great, right? But how do you actually use it in the real world, in those moments where you're feeling frustrated or annoyed? Let's walk through the steps, and they're super simple.
It's really just a three-step process. First, when that frustrating moment hits, you just say to yourself, let them. That's it. Second, you take a breath and consciously acknowledge, I can't control them. Then, third, and this is the most important part, you immediately pivot back to you and ask, okay, what will I let me do now? That immediately shifts you from just reacting to intentionally acting.
And the beauty of this is you can use it absolutely everywhere. Friends didn't invite you to brunch? Let them. What amazing thing are you going to do with your day instead? A coworker's idea is getting all the buzz? Let them. How are you going to focus on making your own work incredible? This works for everything, from the big stuff down to the tiny, everyday annoyances. When you start using this consistently, it honestly starts to feel like a superpower. You're not just managing your stress a little better, you are fundamentally taking back your most valuable resources, your time, your focus, and your emotional energy. And in the end, it all comes back to this. Just two words. That's the trigger that kicks off this entire life-changing shift. It is the simplest reminder you could ever ask for.
What's really happening here is this massive redirection of your personal energy. So instead of burning all of it trying to push against a wall that will not move, you suddenly have all this extra energy to invest in building the life you actually want.
And what's the ultimate payoff? Well, Mel Robbins says it all right here. The direct result of doing this is you get more time. And not just empty time, but quality time. Time to think, time to breathe, time to actually have fun. All the things that get squeezed out when we're so busy trying to run everyone else's lives. And let's be crystal clear on one final point. This is not about giving up. It is not about being passive or being a doormat. It is the absolute opposite. It is an act of incredible strength. It's about deciding that your own energy is way too valuable to waste on battles you are never going to win anyway.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Seriously, imagine if all the energy you spend right now worrying about people, trying to convince them, getting frustrated, what if all that energy was suddenly yours again? What would you do with it? What could you create? That's the possibility that the let them theory opens up.